off.
Hello, once again, here we are from Kim. Someone else is saying it's young Kim. He's on this tonight. We're short staffed, aren't we? But I'll just bring the late camera on.
I'm here.
Hello, Jackie.
I'm just gonna bring you on new Jackie. I'll see you leaping around there. Well, that's not gonna look good. Jackie,
I couldn't find my power cable. I thought I'd die halfway through, so ran up and got that.
Okay, stop for a minute. Terry's not here, so I guess I have to do it. Backpack, Jack.
Whenever he says that, I think he's going to tell the joke. I'm thinking a bit early.
Yeah, but I haven't got a video. The video I've got it says Terry's joke. I haven't got one that says Marcus's joke.
Just have to dub over it.
We could all ham it, couldn't we? Yeah, we'll get to Terry bit. We'll go, Marcus.
Yeah.
Right, so we've got in the chat. I've got my comments. Oh, that's better. So my comments were a bit weird. I think half in there. Right, so we've got Tanya, drone guy. Tanya again. Wayne, hi Wayne. Patrick, hi Patrick. Lauren, from sunny Canada. Lauren.
TX drone guy and I have been running all over Idaho flying drones past couple days.
Oh,
who's that?
cool.
That is Michael Wright from Dallas, Texas.
Oh, that TX Arch drone guy. That's Marcus.
Michael.
Right, okay.
Tried to get Tanya to go with us, but no, she said, I have to work.
And Sally's on dog sitting duties. Hi, Sally. How are you?
Hi, Sally.
Sally, Mustang Sally. What do you know about do you know about Sally, Jackie?
She makes fantastic cake. I
I thought he was going to say she makes exceedingly good cakes.
Cakes, yeah.
So we've got Caroline. Hi, Caroline. And Tanya. I am not amused. Was it? No joke.
There's no Terry. She's missing Terry. We're all missing
No,
Terry.
Tanya, you got to tell the joke tonight. I didn't tell. Oh, no. Did you not tell her, Marcus?
Yeah, I did. Tanya, I meant to tell you, you're going to do our joke tonight.
Oh, no. So, Tanya, all you got to do is go on the internet and find a good joke, and we'll bring you on and you tell the joke. That's it. You happy with that? She's just totally blanking me. Anyways, we got Kim with us tonight. Kim, even. Oh, God, that's Kim. That's Kim. And because Terry's still on his jaunts wandering around the UK. I wanted to catch up with him.
He's seen the Queen.
He does not. Do you know what? He does not stand still. That guy. I mean, I said, so when we come to the UK, we'll meet up with him. I can't even find him. I keep looking under all the rocks, but he's gone. Here, there, everywhere.
Marcus, what are you drinking? You've had a sneaky McDonald's, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a snazzy McDonald's cup, isn't it?
Well,
Trying to keep that
this is the United States of America where McDonald's was born.
I've seen the film, Marcus. I've seen the film. It's a good film. Very good film, in fact.
Which one, Steve? The one that I posted?
Well, what is it? It's where he's he's a salesman, and he
Ray Kroc,
and he's good film. I can't remember. What was it actually called? Then was it? What was it called?
It was called McDonald's, but he's not the one that actually started it. It was a store in California, and he went in there to sell them a milkshake mixing machine.
That's right. Yeah.
And he saw how efficient they were, and he thought he could do better, and he did.
Yeah. That's
wow. And that's how it started.
Yeah.
Well, what he was queuing up outside his shop waiting to get a burger. It was like queuing. It was so slow, and he just made comments on how slow they were, and he done better, and that was it. Who else we got? Anyone else? Oh, no. Right, okay. So 22 people watching, so 22 likes in, yes?
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
I forgot.
Hit that thumbs up button. Right, we've got lots of videos to show, so I'm just get rid of this banner because it's driving me around the bean. Goodbye, banner. I must have liked it, but there we are. Right, so I'm sure in the UK we've been celebrating Her Majesty. Well, making most of the 4 days off or the 2 extra bank holidays.
Hey, Steve, can I say something about that for a second? Can I be serious for just a
Yeah.
second? Here's what I'm going to say about you folks in the UK. You've been through some tough times. You've been through Brexit. You've been through COVID. You've been through all the fuel shortages, etc. And now this weird war going on in Europe and Ukraine. You know what? And I'm not kidding. The UK deserves to celebrate, and this is a great excuse for you guys to celebrate.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I'll be honest with you, I'm not a royalist, okay? I mean, I'm not.
I am. I love the Queen.
But however,
Brilliant.
watching that concert, see, to me, it comes together last night. There was a music thing on. Now that's when it comes into its own. You see behind me. I mean, and what surprised me, because I've got a little video to show, 700 drones.
Oh, yes.
And so what I thought I'd do, I'd actually I didn't want to spend a bit of time editing the video. So let's run this VT and, like it or not, I like it. There you go. Yeah, sorry.
Brilliant.
Very good.
That was amazing.
I took some editing, I must admit. That I called a bit out in between.
Now, I reckon the Queen got a platinum.
You reckon? Oh, yeah. Actually, I think she found this. Apparently, she got home last night and found 700 drones in the back garden. I was surprised it was only 700, to be honest, from what Stephen Sutton was saying about making these graphics up. But I mean, I just that for me was not the main attraction of the show. Music was good, but no.
I'd love to see how they set that all up.
Stephen Sutton, you see, he's got a show.
He did a video on how he did it, didn't
a video, but like, they're all sort of laid out, and it's quite amazing, really. It's just the way they put them all on these, they put them all on it. But when they land again, they sort of land all over the place, and they have to go out and sort of just. I'm guessing that one's all done in one foul swoop.
Yeah.
Well, I think, Steve, what he meant was when they lost connection is where they landed all over the place.
Well, no, actually, when they come back, obviously they take off on if you like, they all have about sort of like 10 on a platform, or I can't remember exactly how many they got on there. When they will take off in sequence, but obviously when they land, they don't sort of land a bit like a drone that hasn't got a very good GPS. They sort of land roughly where they start. But I think it looks rough again. I don't know how to do that. We'll have to go around and sort of straighten them all up again. I don't know, but they never fail to impress me. Every time I see those shows, doesn't matter how many I see, it just fascinates me the way they do it.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's going to go wrong. I wonder how many people sit there going, go wrong.
No, you don't ever see them go wrong, do you?
No. They go wrong, they turn the lights out, I think. So
yeah, they turn the lights out. Nothing to see here. Drones falling down on people. Imagine it, can't you? So what have you been up to then, Kim? I see you. I've got a video to show of your Mavic 3s you've been flying, right?
Yes, I was up at our favourite place, Harrington Airfield.
I thought that's where that was. I'm trying to work out where it was. It was a great place. What are they little motorbikes in?
That's right. Yeah, there were my son, my grandsons have got two small motorbikes, and they go up there to have a little run about because there's not many places you can practice on them or anything. So
that's great.
So I thought, my son told me, he said, "Why don't you bring the drone up?" I said, "Yeah, that's a good idea. It'd be nice to try out the old tracking," and I was quite impressed. Very impressed, actually.
I mean, it looks like they're going at a bit of speed at one time. Is it like them bikes would go sort of pulled away from the drone, or was it?
The drone had no problems at all. It would keep up easily, absolutely easily. I mean, in fact, if anything, it was faster than the bikes. They're actually. I was quite impressed at the speed of the Mavic 3. Actually, what is the official speed, Marcus? Is it 140?
I think like 47 miles an hour, about 21 meters per second.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether does it go into. I never thought to ask whether it goes into sport mode when it's flying.
You are restricted on tracking, so it will not go that fast when it's tracking.
Right. It really, at one stage, it seemed to zip ever so really quick. When the bike pulled off, the drones, we were watching it, and it literally zipped straight after.
It makes you wonder. On that note, it makes you wonder whether or not it's like you put it in. There isn't a speed setting type thing. It just goes as fast as it needs to go to catch up. Maybe.
Well, that's what I'm thinking because it really did go fast. I've not seen it go that fast with me doing it in just normal mode.
Yeah,
it literally went from. It just did its own thing, It thought, the bike's getting away. I'll zoom after it, and it did. It really did go.
I mean, the Mavic 2 Pro, I think, was about 25 mile an hour in normal mode.
Normal mode, yeah. Mavic 2 Pro.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
What about that?
Go ahead, Jackie.
Oh yes, Jackie.
Has anyone seen that?
I've seen photos of it.
Looks rather interesting.
Is it real or?
It is because
I don't know.
Is it another rumor?
DJI Avatar. So it's a mini FPV. Sounds good.
I'm not. It's fully enclosed as well, isn't it? The propellers.
Yeah.
You know,
so it looks a
which
bit
can
sort of
indoor flying.
Yeah, for indoor flying.
It's like a city whoop.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. Rather a city whoop.
Yeah, it looks a bit like it, doesn't it?
Very much so, I think.
I wonder what that will retail at.
Don't know.
If it's
You've
real.
got to get goggles with it if it's real.
Yeah, if it's real.
Marco, right, and flying fin media.
The point that I was going to make about the Mavic 3, it is not all about top speed. It is about how quickly it ascends, how quickly it descends. It'll drop like a rock.
Yes,
and how,
we've turned the motors off.
Well, don't discount what I'm saying, because what it allows you to do, it allows you to position the drone almost immediately where you need it to be. So, so people talk about the mini drones, and the Mini 3 is an awesome little product. It's going to be a great drone, but it ain't no Mavic 3. I'm just telling you.
No, definitely not. I've watched a lot of the videos, and it is not going to get anywhere near.
Well, one thing that I like about the thing, I don't think it's much difference to the Mini 2, apart from the quality of the camera is sold it to me. The quality of that camera is so much better than the Mini 2. There's no hands down.
Yeah.
You can't.
Got a better sensor, isn't it?
From the portrait and landscape sort of thing. Well, that's not really my thing. I'm not. I don't do all that.
Marcus will like that though, because he's
the ability to look up.
Oh yeah, TikToker. Yeah.
Yeah, the ability to look up, that changed in mode. And then also the big thing that it brings to the table beyond any other mini drone is the intelligent flight modes and the obstacle avoidance. And in other words, the ability to track, the ability to do master shots, the ability to do some of those automated quick shots and things. And that's a big deal. It's a high content, sub 250 gram drone. And I get the market for it. I think it's brilliant.
It's just the ability to get one at the moment.
Yeah.
You know?
This is the problem. I mean, mine was promised for the 4th of June. Now it's the 8th of June. That's going to move. I
think it'll be July, August. I do, when they can start fulfilling all the orders.
Yeah,
I'm really hoping that mine shows up tomorrow. The UPS says Tuesday. But tomorrow would be really nice.
As long as it's not the same as the UPS that I got, Marcus, but delivered my stuff to. Actually, it delivered my package to the Ukraine, didn't it?
They did a couple, not just once, Steve, a few times.
It happened twice.
Yeah.
I see one brown.
It happened twice. In the finish, I got so fed up. So just deliver it to Marcus. At least I know where it'll be.
Yeah.
And then to Marcus, and then the other two from the Ukraine eventually found their way to the UK, and I got. Yeah,
I think a lot of drones have actually made their way to the Ukraine, haven't they?
Yeah.
Tom Brown's got his Marcus. I haven't seen his video yet, but I did see the video.
Yep. He done his normally Margate Beach run on his video.
Cool.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet either, but if Ron did it, it's going to be good.
Yeah,
it is. I think
one. UPS says Wednesday. Ooh, it's exciting.
Yeah, maybe Tuesday.
How was your meetup, Marcus? I watched it on video.
Yeah, so I'll tell you. Mike has been here since this past Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. What day did you show up, Mike? But anyway, picked him up at the airport. We didn't get much done that day, but the next day we got a hold of Dr. Bowman, and the three of us went out to the Snake River Canyon and had a great time. Got some good flights in. Took them down to the dam down in the canyon, and we messed around there for a little bit. And then yesterday, Mike and I went out to Lucky Peak Reservoir, and Mike got to fly there as well. And then quite frankly, I just showed him some of the other haunts that I go fly drones at, some of the city parks and things like that. So it's been fun, and I'm hoping that we'll get out again here. He leaves, I think, next Wednesday. So that's why I'd like to have that Mini 3 tomorrow, so that maybe we can go fly it.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Hope it arrives.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing your review.
Well, the thing is, Mark, if UPS have got it, I mean, where's the nearest depot? UPS depot.
I think you're going to love that drone when you get it.
I think so too, Jackie. Steve, I can tell by tracking that it is in Salt Lake City right now, which is about 350 miles from me.
Go get it.
Well, there's potential that it could be here on Monday.
Jump in that fast corridors and make a run.
The road. Yeah. Hey, the speed limit, I'm not kidding. The speed limit the whole way, it's interstate highway the whole way, and it's an 80-mile-an-hour speed limit, which means you can go 85.
Yeah. See, I did a speed awareness course, Mark, and it says, do you think it's okay to marginally speed? And I said yes. They said, well, because you said yes, when you do the whole course there for an hour. 2 hours. I don't buy that for a minute. Anyway, Kim, we talk about your tracking thing on the Mavic 3. It's only on Mavic 3. Kev, have you flown your Mavic 3 yet, though?
Well, I've got all this week off for a change. No way.
Hey.
So I'm thinking, I'm going to give it a go.
Drone week. Woohoo.
Hey, Kev, you won't regret it. I'm just telling you. I mean, you're going to love that drone.
Well, I was in a dilemma whether to, sell it or not, but I think I'm going to fly it.
Yeah.
Well, this latest firmware update brings a lot more to the table again. Yeah. So anyway, I just think it's. Well, I'm just going to say it's by far the best drone that I've ever owned. Period. End of report.
That's saying something, isn't it? Yeah.
Mr. Queen's right. You've got to show it again now.
I sent him a messenger and
said, I'll put the.
Hey, Stephen is a Scot. You know what they do to Queens.
Oh, yeah,
Off of age. It seems so funny that our future king was saying that.
Taught them everything they knew.
Yeah. Stephen, it was me. Okay, I done it. Right. Just don't take the credit for it. I got a 700 Mini 2s, put bulbs on the end of them while I went. I watched so many of your videos, I cracked it. Right, anyway, Kim, I want to show this video. This is I can't find it, those. I've lost it. Where are we? This is active track, first attempt. What's this? Yeah.
So did lose it, Jackie, at that one near the bales. Yeah, it kind of like I said to my grandson, I said, look, don't go in a straight line, just swerve left and right as you're going down the straight. And he did that brilliantly. But the drone was following the same route as he was. Even though he was just dipping in and out, the drone wanted to do exactly the same. And I think it kind of, I don't know, it saw the bale and thought, no. It might carry on, but it
and what about when the bike turned around? I saw the drone flying backwards, but did it pick it up again? Because you cut the film there.
The only bit where it followed backwards was at the very start. My grandson did that turn on the corner, and that's when the drone came back, and it sort of really, I mean, I don't know what it was doing in its inside itself, but it followed him all the way. But then the second time when my son did it, my actual son went on the bike, which he was far too big to go on it, but he went on it, and as he turned the corner and tried to duplicate exactly the same as what my grandson did, the drone sort of thought, "No, I ain't going to bother following him. I'll just do a nice pan. I'll just pull back and then pan up. That might look nice." It didn't do anything. It did itself.
See, I thought this Mavic 3 jet. You know, I mean, I've seen the Mini 3 follow me, and that does it perfectly. Swerves around trees and all sorts. There you go.
Hey,
I've not done the tree one yet.
Kim, have you messed around with this last firmware update? They added that nifty mode to APAS. Have you messed with that at all yet?
No, not yet. I'm back to be honest, Marcus, I've not done the upload yet because I had last week off and I've been away, so I've not had a chance to download. I must do that tomorrow.
It's a big one. So I messed around with it a little bit yesterday when we were at the lake, and so when you have it in just the regular APAS mode, like I would just push the drone directly towards me, and as soon as I did in the regular mode, man, it would go up and over or to the side and over. I mean, very quick movements. That nifty mode is supposed to be more cinematic and is supposed to kind of ease those things off. Let me tell you what, that drone was this close to my ear when it went by.
No. I don't like cinematic mode because it's not instant response, is it? Don't like it.
I'd have to duck.
So what is it? So this nifty mode sort of makes it a bit more sort of like a bit more cinematic, does it all?
So people were complaining, Steve. One of the biggest complaints about the Mavic 3 is how quickly it moves around when it's in that APAS mode, because it'll do some pretty dramatic movements to avoid hitting something.
Right.
And I wonder what, I'm just thinking about DJI, what kind of liability they have now. They've added this other mode. People are going to be crashing the crap out of it. I guarantee you. They will. Because it just doesn't move as quickly in that nifty mode. So.
Lauren says, be careful with nifty mode.
Yeah. Hey, I got another question for Kim. So, Kim, one of the things that they added also, and you may or may not be familiar with this, but they added something called HLG, Hybrid Log Gamma.
Oh, yeah.
So you are familiar with that?
Yeah. It's well, it's a carrier, isn't it, for your colours and everything? But I personally, I wouldn't use it. I would stick with D-Log.
Yeah, so you get D-Log too. So I experimented around yesterday. I tried all three of them, and what I don't have, the editor I use doesn't have an easy way to add a LUT. And what DJI has done is they provided a LUT that you can download that you can apply to that HLG. Yeah. So I haven't been able to actually see the real results of it yet. Yeah,
I'll just use D-Log, Marcus. I mean, and then I'll put it on my DaVinci and then just add whatever LUTs I've got. Really is so easy with DaVinci, even the free one. You just literally, even if that's all you ever did, and just added the LUTs on there on the free version and then export it and then edit it on another editor.
Oh, that makes sense. That's a thought. Sure.
That's what I do. I mean, I do all my colorizing with DaVinci and I export it and then I finish it off in Power Director.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's just easier.
Yeah.
I don't want to get to know too much about DaVinci Resolve because it is quite complex. I mean, it's a brilliant bit of software, but I would personally just use it for its coloring capabilities. It's really, really good, very, very powerful. And adding the LUT to your screen, you can literally just hover over the example and it will change your video to whatever it's going to look like. When you're happy with it, export it, and that's it. It's literally a 5-minute job.
Oh, cool. That sounds like that's what I need to do. The but that HLG just sounded intriguing to me. Not that the color science isn't already really good with that Hasselblad camera, but it just sounded intriguing.
Yeah, it's really preference, really. You know, some people like it, some people rather use something else. I've tried it, and I wasn't. I mean, it's okay, but you know, it's not my cup of tea, so to speak.
So what you're saying is, you feel like you can do better in D-Log, just adjusting it to your own taste and using whatever LUT you decide to use. Yeah,
that's right. If I try and apply LUT to D-Log in Power Directory or Cough and Splutter, and it just doesn't like it. They have got their own LUTs, and it just can't handle it. But DaVinci, even the free one, is so quick, and you can download. I mean, like I say, when I'm trying to think, my camera will export in what's the Apple format? I forgot what it's called now.
ProRes.
MP4.
ProRes. I'll do it in ProRes, and I apply that video you saw of the otter. That was done in ProRes. Exported it to. I used the cut, used the LUTs on DaVinci, and then just put it in Power Director, which gave an absolutely amazing effect on the colours and everything, you know. But Power Director on its own, if I tried to apply a LUT on there, it just failed miserably. But other than that, Power Director is a good. I think you're Apple based, aren't you, Marcus?
Well, no, I'm not. I'm using a thing. I typically edit on a PC. I've got a Hot Rod PC, and I use Magic's Movie Edit Pro. And the thing is, you know, Kim, you know what I'm talking about. You develop you get used to it, and you develop a skill set with it, and so then you get pretty good. You don't want to give that up, but then there's also limitations, and that's when it's frustrating.
A bit like I started with iMovie and learnt that because I've got a Mac, and then I tried Premiere Pro, but I didn't like the change, so then I went on to Final Cut Pro, which is like the full version of iMovie, and I was just happy.
So that's got additions to that, Jackie. So you obviously it was the layers that you didn't have in iMovie.
That's all I found. I
find iMovie as a simple editor, but it is.
It's fun to use, though.
Probably a little bit too simple. I know. I mean, I don't use it to its full extent. I mean, I tend to use is it Elements I use a lot as well. Which because that's got layers. I mean, with iMovie, that video earlier on, when I want to cut, like if you want to cut little bits. When you want to cut little bits with iMovie, I find when you're trying to sort of chop pieces out of the video, you just keep splitting it all the time, and it doesn't always split where you want it, or I can't do it. So most just me, but
you can enlarge it bigger so you can see.
Yeah, I think that's but with Elements, it's you can you just click on the line's already there with like a scissor thing. You just press that button, it just cuts it right where you want it. So,
well, that's why I bought this little guy right here, the little Mac Mini, because I want to be in Jackie's camp and I want to learn Final Cut Pro, because I think Final Cut Pro,
I love it.
Yeah, it's going to be around. It's a program that everybody's going to use. It's going to have every inch of functionality that I'll ever need. However, it's that big step, isn't it? It's going from what you know to what you don't know.
To be honest with you, Mark, I had this is the conversation I had it back in 2011. I had so many PCs that kept going wrong, one after the other. You'd get just aggravated. And in the finish, do you know what? I've had enough of this. In 2011, I made the switch between PC and Macs. And this is I'm on the second Mac. The first one I bought in 2011. My son's still using it upstairs for editing and whatever. And it's only because I got a new one because he wanted one for college. I said, well, I'll tell you, had mine, I'll buy a new one. Yeah, they're not cheap, but
I've been tempted myself to go for the Mac, but like I say, I'm like Marcus. You know, I'm getting on in years.
We can even do it two ways, kids.
It's hard to change.
Marcus has actually got the box there where you just plug into a monitor. With my Mac, it's just one thing. It looks like a screen. The whole thing is there. There's just a small keyboard and
in other words, an all-in-one.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be easier actually using the iMac. Apparently, the layout and everything. Everyone keeps telling me it's so much easier, straightforward. You know.
To be honest with you, I think it is because you've got a screen. It's like your mobile phone. Everyone uses mobile phone where you just hit an app. It's exactly the same as a Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah. I've been a Windows fan for years, and I've got to about hate change sometimes, and I'm sort of I struggle.
I don't think there's much difference in my opinion. I mean, it took me a couple of days to get me head around where things are. Once I've done that, that's it. I mean, now it's like a second nature. Now it's no different to I use a PC at work, and I find that harder work than using a Mac.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So what I worry about is file manipulation, etc., in a Mac, as opposed to I'm so comfortable in the Windows world to, I know how to manipulate files, how to move things around and so forth. So I worry a little bit about getting used to that on a Mac, but I guess it's like anything else. You just have to dive in and do it.
Yeah, you'll get used to it.
Just go for it, Marcus.
Drag and drop, isn't it, on a Mac? It's very easy.
You can do it.
Have you always used Macs, Jackie? I suppose you always use them for a long while.
Yeah,
I have the confidence in you, Marcus.
One of the first one I got is I've got it in so I don't do it. But you never. It's child's play, literally is. What are we doing for time? Okay, well, we have got someone coming on a bit later on to tell a joke. You'll be pleased to know. So we don't have to do it. Right. I've got another video to watch, I think. Oh, yes. This one I wanted to show last week and run out of time. No, I can't find it. Right. This is our friends from Sheffield. And this is, there were two videos. And I thought the first one was too long. So this one's a bit better. But anyway, watch this. I'm not sure what happened to Sam. That wasn't me.
That was amazing.
Some red rock was down away. I thought, where's the sound gone?
I'm not sure. I'm watching it. The sound was there, but obviously it wasn't. Barking
even
that was, by the way.
Really good.
YouTube tap.
It takes some skills.
Hey,
brilliant.
Before we get off the subject of editing, if you want to see a brilliantly edited video, you need to look at Jackie's last video that she did with Craig out golfing.
Oh, there's no drones in it, guys. Though, so
There's no drones, but Jackie, I'm telling you, you deserve credit.
Brilliant.
The B-roll, and it's all shot on her iPhone. The B-roll, the transitions, the change in depth of field in the focus. Jackie, that it was just really, really good. And
Very good, Jackie. Really good. You have to give yourself a pat on the back.
Sweats in time with the music perfectly. So
it's super.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a link to it in the chat here. So here's a link to Jackie's video.
It's very good. You've got to watch it.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff.
Well, we've got. I've got one more video to show. I'm going to show that before we get our joke of the week because this is one from Ross, by the way. It's Ross, which I quite enjoy.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, Ross always just does a fantastic job, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. He does. But see, Ross actually thinks what he's going to film first, doesn't he? He said, "Oh, we'll do this and do that." So it was good. Right, so we'll come up with joke time. It must be joke time.
Joke time.
Are we going to Marcus, want to do a joke now?
Fanny was going to do it.
Ah.
Yeah.
Let's see whether she's going to tell a joke then. It is.
Mandy!
Hi, Mandy.
Hello, everybody.
Mandy's joke of the week. We haven't got a
I've
jingle
not had
for
a
you.
lot of notice about this joke, so I apologise for it now.
That would be brilliant.
So, are you ready? Are you ready?
Go for it, Mandy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. A man was in bed with his wife, and there was a knock at the door. He rolls over, looks at the clock. It's 3:30 a.m. I'm not getting out of bed at this hour. He thinks to himself and rolls over, and then a louder knock. Aren't you going to answer that? The wife asks. So the man drags himself out of bed, goes downstairs, he opens the door, and there's a man standing on the porch. But it didn't take him long to realise that the man was drunk. Hi there, slurs the stranger. Can you give me a push? No, get lost. It's 3:30. I was in bed, yells the man and slams the door. Goes back to bed, and the wife says, who was that? So he tells the wife what happens, and the wife replied, well, that wasn't very nice of you. Remember that night when we were broke down in the pouring rain on the way back to pick up the kids from the babysitter, and you had to knock on a stranger's door and ask him to get us started again? What would you have done if he'd have told us to get lost? But the man was drunk, says the husband. It doesn't matter, says the wife. He needs our help, and it will be the Christian thing to do. Okay, says the husband. So he gets out of bed, gets dressed, and goes downstairs. He opens the front door, and not being able to see the stranger, he shouts, hey, do you still need a push? Out of the dark, a voice cries, yes, please. Still unable to see the stranger, he shouts again, well, where are you? So the stranger shouts, over here, on the swing. So that was
Very good. Very good.
Well done.
The show wouldn't be a show without the joke, would it?
the bad joke. Yeah, I know. Even if it is a bad one.
We can't end the show without a joke, can we?
I'm just waiting to see what Caroline.
Him
Hi,
now.
Caroline. What do you think of the joke?
I'm finished.
Good evening, everyone. Oh, now it's Stephen.
Thank you, Mandy, for doing the joke. There we are.
I'm finished.
I'm just going to let everybody know. I know it's not a drone video. There is some drone video footage in it, but I've nearly finished the Jackie, Terry, and myself e-biking video, which you're all going to be able to see from tomorrow night.
Right.
So
Check out.
if you link to my channel, you'll be able to see.
Tell them what your channel is.
Yeah, it's Exploring Mercia and Beyond by e-bike. It'll be available tomorrow evening. And yeah, it's got Jackie on it. It's got Terry on it and myself. And Terry's a very accomplished singer, I might add.
Right.
It really is. Yeah. So just thought I'd put that out there. There is some drone footage in it as well. Yeah. Anyway, back
Hey,
to you lot.
Stephen, top tip. Top
Yes,
tip
sorry?
here. Put top tip. Put a link to your channel in the chat.
Yeah.
I will do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I type it, that's the link to my channel. But I'll do that. I'll do that. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
That's little Mikey. Look. Oh, look, Mikey.
What's your name?
Hello, Mikey.
Hiya.
Hello.
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 Is that Mikey or Mario?
Right.
I like your hat.
It's Mikey Mario.
That's a Mario hat.
Yeah.
You talked about Mario Kart earlier on. I was saying your video, Kim, it reminded me of whenever in Mario Kart, whenever it gets small,
Oh,
shrunk
yeah.
down small.
Bless him.
So I'll be saying, look forward to it.
Great show tonight, guys. Well done.
Yeah. Well, we.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
Thank you,
know,
Stephen.
we try our best, don't we? So how many likes have we got now, then, guys?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Let's have a look.
24.
24.
6 people have let us down.
Hey, Chris Hope is in the house here.
Where's that?
Ooh. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, Chris. Hi, mate.
Am I subscribed? Let's have a look.
Hello, Chris.
Actually, Jackie, there was someone
I'm not
on
subscribed
Facebook.
to Chris. 494. Right, I'm subscriber number 950, Chris. There we go.
You don't want to miss 2 minutes of hope.
No. There you go.
Mara.
Subscribed. I'll have to have a look at some of them later. Yes.
So he prefers
Get
Mario. I
distracted,
prefer
sorry.
Mario to Luigi.
Hey, Mikey. How are you, Mike?
He's gone. He's done a runner now.
That's Mario. You mustn't call him Mike. It's Mario.
He's Mikey Mario. We call him
Mikey
Mikey Mario.
Mikey
He's
Mario.
really into Mario. Really,
What's the other
really
one
big time.
called? Steve? The one with the green hat.
Luigi.
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 His name's Ollie, but he's
Ollie Luigi.
Yeah.
Right. Mikey Mario and Ollie Luigi.
I
Yeah.
love Mario Kart. One of my favourite all-time games.
Yeah,
Mario
he's got all
Kart.
the Mario games, didn't you?
I love it.
Hey. Yeah.
I always get right at the back.
But he's got to
so-
win. When we play Mario Kart, he's got to win. You know?
You mean you let him win? You let him win, dear.
Well, yeah.
Well, I used to, on my Nintendo, I used to play against other people around the world, but now you have to subscribe to it, so I give up on that. I'm not paying for it.
Yeah.
It's great, but I thought they ruined it for me. I thought, I'm playing all these people. I lost every time because these people are so good at it. You think, yeah, they're cheating, but they're not. They're just very good at it.
They're just very good at it, yeah. I always thought I was good at, with gaming until I started online gaming and realised how bad I was.
So that's what I do now. I play the 50cc one and just play on my own. I win every time. It's funny with Mario Kart though. You play the first two laps. You're thinking, I'm going to win this race easily. Then all of the third race it goes wrong. Bananas lobbed at you, turtles thrown at you, and oh dear, not driving on the road. It's just be. Mike Miles is not used to those big ditches you have. Big ditches.
You go on the slide. He wants to go on the slide.
Didn't want to go on the swing and have a push.
Yeah. It was him knocking on the door.
Imagine a push. Oh dear. So the weather's taken a turn for the worse here. So have you had nice weather today, Kev? Have you?
I've been in Lincoln all day.
You what?
Been in Lincoln all day, and it's been wet all day.
Yeah, pretty much the same here. I
Pretty
think
much the same here.
Andy put a video on the.
We've had lovely weather, haven't we, Jack?
Photo of.
And hot.
It was horrible last
Well,
night.
it was 17
You
degrees here. So
can see
converted
the
to
blue
Fahrenheit.
behind me. Just look at the blue behind me.
Chris Bowden.
Let's go in the living room.
You can in the living room, can't you?
Me go in the living room.
I will in a minute.
How?
I will in a minute. Yeah, I
I
will.
will in the living room.
Hey, come on, Grandad.
Yeah, come on. Don't keep me waiting.
Yeah. I'll have to get a drone simulator for him.
Yeah.
Do you think about getting a mini freedom, Steve?
No, I won't be buying a Mini 3. Not yet. No.
What do your
no.
grandchildren think of your drones? Have they seen them flying, or are they just not too interested? Just
Got
yet?
no interest. They're too young, really.
No.
Mikey's
Too
only
young,
4.
Yeah.
The other one's only 2.5. So there's no interest in it really at the moment.
2.5. Probably just want to eat it, won't
The
they?
weird thing about it,
But especially Ollie. Ollie, yeah, definitely would want to eat it. Yeah.
the weird thing about it is my son's really into like film production and whatever, but he doesn't find drones at all interesting. I don't think he realises the full strength. I don't know. Because I said to him, when he's making, he's doing film production, you know, and I said to him, right, okay, so how do you get aerial shots?
How about you, Kim? Your grandchildren, are they into drones or anything like that?
Yeah, they like it, but they've never really said, "Oh, let me have a go, Grandad."
Yeah.
And my daughter, not my daughter, my son, who I'm now, my latest son, I should so to speak. He actually had a flight. He flew my Inspire. He had to go.
Oh, right.
Inspire. I've got a video of it.
Right.
It was a little while ago.
She said about making another Inspire 3.
Don't start rumours, Steve.
No, someone.
I think the Mavic 3's replaced that, hasn't it? Surely.
Well, if you saw it on the internet, Steve, it must be true.
It must be, yeah.
No, I saw it in Argos for sale. I
think the Phantom 5 as well was in Argos.
Yeah.
No, the Phantom. No, they missed out on the Phantom 5. Phantom 6 now had moved on.
Oh, is it? Oh, right. A bit like Windows 8.
I think DJI.
Yeah.
I think DJI are trying to move away from Lightbridge transmission system, mainly because it can be easily corrupted by interference and such. At the minute, all the big drones, even your 200s and stuff like that, are all still using Lightbridge. I think they're moving to the new system.
Right.
You see that obviously the Mavic 3 has it, the latest Mini 3 Pro. This new system OcuSync is really, really good, and it's not susceptible to interference.
Right.
And I think they're trying to move away from that. So if ever there is an Inspire 3, the only reason I think there will be an Inspire 3 is to introduce the Oculus system into the professional side of drones and filmmaking. That would be a big attraction to a lot of film producers.
My only query is, why have they called that drone the Mini 3 Pro? Are they going to bring a Mini 3 out?
That'd be an SE out.
It's possible.
It just makes you wonder, but what benefit would it be? Like a Mini 2 then, wouldn't it?
It'd be a Mini 2, yeah. Different shape.
Prosumer, isn't it?
From a production standpoint, they just would have the same body style, etc. They'd probably have a lesser camera on it, maybe like the Mini 2 style camera, yet still have some of those intelligent flight modes. And the big thing is going to be price point, right?
Yeah,
you buy that Mini SD for $299. What if you could buy a lesser version of the Mini 3 for, say, $400 or $500? I bet it would be a huge seller.
But then, what would you mean? Still with the sensors, you mean?
Yes.
I mean, the only thing I would say about the Mini 3, I think it's an ugly looking drone. It's like a frog.
You gotta complain about something, don't you, Gardner?
It is an ugly looking drone.
Do you see it when it's in the sky? You know what I mean? It's like, no matter what your drone you got, it's just a blob, isn't it? Once it's up there.
You know what have done that, don't you? To scare the birds.
Maybe it'll work.
It's a flying frog.
Flying frog.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
It's just a in the house, isn't it?
Yeah.
But hey, as long as he does the job, it doesn't matter, does it, really?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. So, so Marcus is going to have his possibly Tuesday, Wednesday next week.
The UPS says I'll have it on Tuesday, but because it's already in Salt Lake City, I suspect that it'll get delivered on Monday, but I can't say that for certain. But for sure, I'll have it on Tuesday.
Don't forget to get the video up there, Marcus. We want to. So I've heard so many mixed views on it, and you think, was it a sensible thing to do, really, to actually order one?
I think it's like any new drone, isn't it? When they come out, they've got their issues, and then they bring up updates, firmware updates, and they get better and better. It's like your Mavic 3, wasn't it? Mavic 3 had quite a few issues when it first came out, and never had certain features. Same as the Mavic 2.
They
they delivered on their, on their promise, if you like.
I mean, I saw something saying about it's not so good in the wind. It's not this. It's not that. As a Mini 2, I don't see how it's very much. I can't be worse in the wind than the Mini. And the Mini 2 is
well, I
not
think the
bad.
problem with it's a bigger body, isn't it? So it's not as sleek. So it's the wind's gonna affect it more.
Those big bulging eyes,
it's got longer arms, and the actual props are longer as well than a Mini 2.
They are long. Yeah,
it's a slightly larger drone overall.
But someone thought about taking the props off the Mini 3 and putting it on the Mini 2.
Well, I don't think they'll fit.
It hits the body.
I don't think you'll get the lift.
No, it hits
the
body
that's the
as
reason
well.
they put the bigger props on, I would have thought.
Yeah.
And Stephen, don't you think that is also for noise too? Because everybody that I hear says it's a very quiet drone.
Yeah, I've heard it's very
quiet.
I haven't seen one fly, but yeah, it's supposed to be very, very quiet once it's up.
The thing is, if you care about your drone, don't go and fly it when you think it's too windy.
Well, this is not true. That's right.
This is a conversation we had, wasn't it? When people saying that. I think Ron was saying that obviously, if you're going to go out and do a fly, you're going to capture something. But the thing is, if it is too windy, just don't fly your drone. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Or fly your Mavic 3. That Mavic 3, I'm telling you, can fly it in gale force winds.
I bet when Marcus goes out flying these drones, he must have like a big trailer full of them, mustn't he? He goes out in his car, he's got his trailer behind him. Oh, what one of my 100 drones should I use today?
Well, you should have seen it when myself and Michael Wright and Dr. Bowman went out a couple days ago. We had the back of my Chevy Tahoe just chock full of drones.
Wow.
I love it. It must have been amazing.
Cool.
So is that right, Marcus? When you come over here, you're going to have a cargo plane as well.
Well, that's what I'm thinking about. So I'm going to have to probably charter a plane, a cargo plane.
Or perhaps tie all your drones together and come across on your drones.
Yeah. That might work.
I'll come pick you up if Stephen's built my bathtub drone by then. I'll just come and pick you up.
Yeah, just fly over. Yeah.
Right. The good thing about that, Jackie, if a bathtub, as long as you make sure you've got a plug in, if you run out of batteries, you just sort of have a solar panel and you float about in the sea for a little while until it's charged up and away you go again.
That's it, yeah.
Aqua drone.
You're forgetting something, Steve. What about sharks?
Sharks.
I'll be all right in the bathtub. Safe as houses.
You don't worry about a Hoover.
Okay.
Shark. Oh, that's. Now this is interesting. I think this is wrong. Put the Pro version with the remote screen and without the screen, it's just a Mini 3.
Don't know, could be.
No, that's not true.
No, it's called a Mini 3.
No.
It's called a Mini 3 Pro, isn't it? The whole
no
thing.
matter what version you get, yeah.
But Carol's got the ideas. Looks it up.
Hey, so there is a rumor.
Vinyl wrap.
That'd be cool.
Yep.
Vinyl wrap.
I'll definitely get that. I'll definitely get that if I get that drone.
There is a rumor that this last firmware update for the and app update for the Fly app and for the Mavic 3 has allowed that DJI RC to work with the Mavic 3, which if that's the case, man, I am all in, boys, to have that.
Be good.
And even though it's just 700 nits, trust me, Mike was with me the other day. I was out at the canyon. My iPhone went completely dark, and it just got hot enough.
It's too hot, doesn't it?
Did you not buy the other controller in Marcus, like the smart controller?
The RC Pro. Yeah. These DJI RCs get confusing. You got the RCN1, which is the base controller. You've got the DJI RC, which is the one with the Mini 3, and then you have the RC Pro, which is the one that rich guys like Kim and Ron Brown buy.
Rich.
Well, they're gonna really
rich until he bought all his stuff.
So they're gonna upset a few people now because the one that comes with the Mini 3 Pro will now work with the Mavic 3.
Well,
how upsetting would that be?
That's a rumor, and I'm going to tell you in a couple of days. And if it is, it'll be brilliant.
Well, that would save me.
Also, the other thing, sorry, Matt, sorry. Would it work?
I say that would save me buying a phone.
Oh yeah.
But would it work with
Yeah.
the Airs as well? The Air and the Air S?
The Air 2S. I don't know. The rumor I heard was the Mavic 3, Stephen, but that would be even better, right? And if that were the case, I would consider even buying another DJI-RC separately, just so I could have it already bound to the Mavic 3, and Yeah,
because the actual standard controller you get with it is the same as all the other, all the other modern drones, isn't it?
Right.
So why it shouldn't be backward compatible?
Yeah,
I can't see why not.
3, right?
Unless they lock them out, I don't know.
Did someone say that you can actually buy the Mini 3 Pro with no remote control at all?
You can.
Because you can use the Mini 2. You can use the Mini 2 remote control with it, can't you?
Right. If you already have the RCN1, that base
RCN1, that's
you can bind it. Right.
So can you buy the actual remote control for the Mini 3?
The DJI RC, the one with the display. Supposedly, it's on their price list, Kim, but I have never seen it yet advertised separately. But I believe that that's the intent.
Because if that's so, then I think a lot of people will be buying that screen rather than the Pro Edition one.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Depending on what price it is, because they've got to be careful because they'll reveal how much the actual Mini costs, won't they?
Yeah.
I'd be
$309 is the price for
$29.99.
No, 309, 309.
Oh, right.
I'd be interested to know how the Mini 3 Pro screen. I'd love to know how good that is in a good sunlight, like in Spain. I'd love to know that, because my Crystal Sky was 1,000 nits, and that was okay. So when it's less, I'm not so sure.
I'll let you know, Steve. I'll know soon, and I'll let you know.
Is it 5.5-inch screen?
Yeah, that's what I understand, and it's supposedly 700 nits, is what I've heard.
Yeah, they said the Crystal Sky is 1,000 nits.
Right. But let me tell you what, whatever it is, it's better than this iPhone, because the iPhone goes that dark sometimes.
Mind you, what is a cell phone now? How many nits is a cell phone now?
This I can tell you, this one will go up to 1,000 nits in certain situations. However, it heats up very quickly.
Yeah, and it doesn't stay there, does it?
Right.
Well, let's face it, phones were never meant to be carried around exposed to sunlight, are they? I mean, you're supposed to put them in your pocket, or I put mine in a wallet. I don't think I've ever used my latest phone for a drone ever.
Damn it, Steve! For what I paid for this thing, it should work.
Yeah.
Well, what you want to do is you
that one.
Now, Kim is on to something there.
What's that, Kim?
1,200 nits.
Kim, does that ever?
What is that?
It's sometimes
Nearer.
That foldable.
It is.
No, nearer.
Foldable one.
That's the folding one. So I don't know if you can see.
Yeah.
I have to bring it down because it's just literally too bright.
Oh wow.
So I'm bringing.
And is that what you use when
you wouldn't like it though, because it's Android.
Oh yeah, it's an Android. But it literally is
Android.
My daughter on there, but it literally is just like a little tablet.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
That's brilliant. I must admit, I mean, I'm not. I like iPhones, but that phone does.
But can I just say something? Although I'm an iPhone user, and yet there are certain people who are knocking Android. All those controllers they use Android software.
Yeah.
Now here's the deal, though.
Stephen,
the issue with Android and DJI, and Kim can tell you this, is that you cannot get the Fly app in the Google Store. You have to sideload it. You have to download it from DJI, and you have to sideload it. And the other issue with that is it won't tell you when there's an update. So you just have to manually go check and see if there's an updated version of the app. Right.
It's updating, Marcus.
Oh, really? I've been told that it doesn't. But it does, huh?
Yeah, it's updated. Oh, sorry. I've just
okay.
I've just literally went into
just deleted all the content of it.
It's actually started.
Hasn't crashed, is it?
Downloading the new one, but I've not even got the drone connected yet.
Oh, that's great. I've been told just the opposite. So one more question, Kim. Does it stay full bright when you're out flying with it? Does
Yes.
it ever heat up and start to dim?
No, it will stay the same brightness until you turn the brightness down, and it doesn't overheat. It's amazing. I was quite shocked how bright it was. I thought this is better than the crystal skull.
The only thing
like
is, Kim, of course, that we don't have. Well, so it has been. We had a couple of hot days, haven't we? Really, I mean, it's been about. I think it was about in the indirect sun. I think it was about 50 degrees in the indirect sun, but obviously in the shade, it's more like 22.
Yeah, I mean, I've used it when I was filming the sons on the bikes, and that was when we had that very rare hot day.
That was summer. Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, I suppose we could always do what Jackie used to do with a cornflake packet.
That's it. Make your own goggles.
There you go.
Perfect.
Firmware downloaded. All I've got to do is switch the drone on and install it. That's amazing, isn't it?
Well, okay, so no, I'm talking about the app itself, Kim. I know that it will update.
Oh, I cancelled that one. It wanted to update it, but I said I'll do it later.
Okay.
And then it automatically went into the Mavic 3 firmware download. And it's in my phone now, so it's waiting for me to switch my drone on, so it can just send it over to the drone.
12 degrees.
Clever old Android, isn't it?
Indeed, it is. Right. Well, we've put the 1 hour and 15 minutes has got to be an all-time record for this show.
Wow.
It's gone by so fast.
Go. I've got a job to do for this man here, so way overdue with it. So.
Right. Okay.
It's not going to be up late tonight, doesn't it?
Kim, Steve,
Kev, I'll do it now.
Marcus and Jackie, thanks very much. And,
blah, blah, blah.
And everyone else, blah, blah, blah.
People.
Come and check us out next week. And if anyone wants to watch the drone video that we put together for the Queen's thing, it will be on YouTube. It's unlisted at the moment, but you never know. Might put it on there. You never know until they get a strike. On that note, we'll see you next week. Take care.
Adios.